Hey, welcome to Eat Travel Life. It's Regina, and today we are making grape juice using our steamer and steaming it. Here is what you're going to need to get started. And don't worry if you don't have fresh grapes, you can go ahead and find Concord grapes or sweet grapes in the store or at the farmer's market.
Let's go ahead and fill this pot to get started, and we're going to fill it to about this rim here. Getting close. Remove all the greens if you can. And just keep the ripe ones. Any green or bruised or mushy ones, you can plant those and sell them for later. Sell them to other people and make some money off your grapes. We'll want to fill this all the way up to the top. It has a dome lid, and then you're going to want to have enough to probably halfway through add in more grapes, and you'll get more juice from them. Our water's nice and hot. And we've got our grapes separated, so we can go ahead and get started. So I put the next piece on top. So we've got this on next. This is in this little groove, or it's not, so we're going to put it in the little groove. So it needs to sit there. And then I've got this clipped here. I made apple juice and I had just let it flow freely. We're going to let it sit here for a bit until it starts to juice, because there is a well here. It's probably a finger's height that it will be able to fill full of juice and then flow, so you're not just possibly letting some of the steam and some of the juice loose. So let's go ahead and put the grapes on, and then we can get started with that. The grapes are now washed because we forgot, and we've washed them all, and now we are ready to start steaming them. So all you gotta do is put the lid on, and when you see this start to get a little bit lower because they steamed up and settled, you can add in more grapes, and that'll get you more juice. This is probably going to take a couple hours, so you can go put your feet up and wait for it to start. So we have a table here to help with the flow, and I have heated this jar so that it doesn't crack with the hot juices. I'm going to take this here, and we can see that there's a little bit of juice. I'm going to release this. I'm going to do this off camera. This tube is going to get really hot, so I'm going to quickly just move it in here so it can start to fill. I'm going to make sure, monitor this, because I might need to turn it off and go get another jar and heat that up. You can see it's flowing pretty good. To heat them, I already had them sterilized. I just ran them under hot water to heat them up. If this takes a little longer than expected, I will heat this one back up before using it. I also have my canner ready to process jars. And you can see that the grapes have come down a little bit, so we can add more in here as well to keep the process going. That's within a few minutes, this was already almost full, so we can swap over to the next jar. To add more grapes, we just washed these in our colander, and we're going to add some more on top. We could probably add a little bit more and let them steam and make more juice. So we've already collected 2 quarts of grape juice, and we've got more to collect. I've got another jar here that I'm going to use to make actual grape juice. The other 2 will be used to make jelly, and I'll measure that sugar there. You can use a 1/4 cup or a 1/2 cup of sugar in each jar, and then you'll process those in a water bath canner. So let's make some juice. And there we go. Making our grape juice to drink later. This is going to be concentrated grape juice. So from this tub, and I'll try to put the dimensions in here, this was full of grapes, and then this is our excess here of what we've cast out that will replant some and make new vines for next year. I have put all the grapes in so that they can do their steamy things. It smells like grapes in our house. And we are still working on number 3. You will need to check this to make sure that the water isn't low, because if it gets too low, you can end up burning and scorching your pan. So you will want to take and move this very carefully and use this to pinch, but be very careful because this can get hot. And then you can loop it up here to hold. And then with oven mitts, you can hold this second one up to see if it needs more water. The heat should be as high as you can go in here so that it will quickly steam up for you and make juice. Gonna give this a quick stir before it gets to the top to incorporate that sugar that's at the bottom. We don't want it to get too foamy. Move that there. Alright, we can move on to the next one. Up and over. Got my bands and seals here, and what I'm going to do is wipe these down with a wet paper towel. You can use a clean white towel or paper cloth towel. Just want to run this over here just to make sure that there's nothing on any of the rims that would prevent it from sealing. And then we're going to take a seal and put it on, and we will hand tighten. Hand tightening with both hands. We're going to give it a firm grip and tighten it, but not like ratchet down, because we want this to seal and we don't want anything to get in and out of there. I'm going to use my jar grabber. I've got my water nice and hot. Go ahead and put that in. You want to use hot water and in your jars, or grape juice and hot boiling water. You don't want to do one cold because it could cause the jar to burst. So we want to make sure that they're about the same temperature when we do this. This is what they look like. It looks like we got 6 quarts and a little less than that. That one there, we're going to just drink ourselves and enjoy. And so once they've been pulled out, like they have, so once your jars are done, you let them sit in the water bath for about 10 minutes. And then you take them out, and I put them on a towel, and that keeps things from, from shock from the cold counters. And then I try to cover them up as well, because this is the kitchen, we walk in and out, and the change in temperature of the air, I don't want them to crack. Especially being grape juice, we don't need that all over. We're going to let these little things set for 12 to 24 hours. Make sure that they're all set and sealed. And when they're done, what I'll do is I will remove the band, check to make sure that the lid is, the seal is on there and won't come up. And then I will date and label them and store them in a cool, dry place.
Let me know in the comments how your grape juice turned out and if you have any questions. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.